Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing the dreaded situationship. So I did an article on this topic some time ago and I thought it would be interesting to share it on this platform. I know a lot of us have fallen victim to the dreaded situationship, and I'm just going to provide some tips on how we can avoid it. So I feel like this whole situationship thing is a result of societal toxicity that results in men becoming jaded and women becoming emotionally damaged. Not saying that's always the case, but in my certain situations and different experiences or experiences with my friends, it's usually the man that is benefiting off of a lack of boundaries. So rule number one for me personally is typically when you are extremely infatuated with the prospects, it's not gonna work. I'm saying this may not relate to everybody. I'm speaking from personal experiences, but with infatuation follows desperation. Sometimes when you find yourself extremely infatuated with someone, you start planning your wedding in your head, your Instagram photos, planning future trips without actually getting to know the person, and you kind of psychologically psych yourself out to make it seem as if you have all these things in common, when in actuality you don't. Instead of getting to know the person and hearing their likes or dislikes, you kind of start subconsciously agreeing with them to make yourself more compatible. I don't know if that makes sense. That infatuation is extremely shallow, and you're probably basing everything off of appearance and how good you and the person look together. Not everybody wears their character flaws on their sleeve. They may have something deeper, and you're kind of overlooking the red flags because the person is attractive. I've had men tell me that just because they're a specific height, if they're over 6 foot and they're attractive in the face, they don't have to do that much work to get women, and that's actually very sad. So if you fall into a category that's aesthetically pleasing or fetishized, sometimes people base it off that. For example, I have curly hair and I have a certain look, so men will start talking about procreation on the first date, and I'm just like, dude, can I finish my Cosmo first, like before you start talking about having kids with me? I mentioned earlier, infatuation equals desperation and a loss of common sense. You start looking at the physical appearance of everything instead of going further. You don't know if this person has issues or if they're abusive or psychotic. When you are infatuated, you are going to rush in so fast, and that situationship will end before you realize it even started. So number two is limit the amount of time that you spend with this person. If you are actively dating them, you are not in a relationship. And like I say, there's a proper way to date and there's an improper way to date. The proper way to date is to speak to multiple people at the same time, so your feelings don't become invested in one person. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with dating multiple people. It's multiple relationships that's an issue. So keep that in mind. Prime example would be you go on vacation and you only bring one shirt with you. Like you lose your luggage and you only have the one shirt that you have on. So you're going to value that shirt. You're not going to want to drop anything on it. You are probably not going to be too comfortable because you know you have to continue wearing it. But say you do get your luggage back and you have multiple shirts, you're not going to care that much if it gets damaged. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing with dating. Similar to dating, because the more people you're speaking to, the less emotional investment you'll put in one person, and you won't be so devastated if it falls through. Usually when you become extremely devastated when you're dating a guy and it doesn't work out, it's because you're giving all of your attention to that specific individual, which is not how it should be. Like I said, spread the time out. You should not be speaking to this person every day. You should not be seeing them every weekend. Like, you should just clearly and simply be getting to know. And number three is sexual relations. I don't want to tell anybody what to do. Everybody's different. Some people are cool with it, but me personally, I get emotionally invested when I am intimate with someone. Not all women are like that apparently, but me personally, I do. If you don't want to get your feelings or enter in an entanglement or a situationship, I would avoid sexual intercourse while you're just getting to know the person or just dating. When I wrote the article, I got so much pushback for saying something like that, and it is wild. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do if that's what you're into, but me personally, I can't. So my third rule is indecision. If the person is acting wishy-washy or they're not really interested, that's kind of telling you all you need to know. If you have to hit your girlfriends up or your guy friends and be like, oh, I'm not sure if this guy's interested in me or this girl is interested in me, they're typically not. I didn't learn this until I actually started being pursued. Like, I didn't know the difference between a guy pursuing me and a guy not being interested in me. I've done it before, and I know other people have done it before, where you try and psych yourself out and be like, oh, he likes me so much, but he's just shy. Nope, there's no excuse. If the guy is not interested, he's not interested. no need to entertain that conversation or to talk to your girlfriends or your guy friends about it. He's just not interested. It's that simple. If you see any type of indecision, just pull back. That's not going to go anywhere besides just an entanglement, or you're just going to get confused. I would just leave it alone. And if you follow my previous step and you're dating multiple people, you're not going to care that much because you're not invested. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was interesting and that you guys can relate, and you could hopefully put some of those steps into practice so you could avoid that dreaded situationship. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.